channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new around here. My name is Jana and I am an elementary, kindergarten to grade 6 music teacher and 7 and 8 instrumental music teacher. So today we are talking all about one of my favorite things to do any time of the year in my music class, and that is movement cards. So in my Teacher Pay Teacher store, I have a whole bunch of movement cards and that I will link all down below. But these are really something that you can make yourself just by putting different movement words on a piece of paper. So let's get right on into it with how I use my movement cards in my elementary music room. So there are two different types of movement cards in my Teacher Pay Teacher store. The first one are what I refer to as steady beat cards, and then there are just movement cards. The steady beat cards look like this, and they just have different ways that the students can keep the steady beat on different parts of their body. These ones I use a lot at the beginning of the year. The other ones are just movement cards that have a picture and then an action or a scenario that the students can act out. So this one's from in the spring set, and it says blow the dandelion. So then you would have kids pretend that they're blowing a dandelion. These ones are great for starting creative movement in your classroom. That's what I use them for the most, whereas the other ones we use to keep steady beats along with different types of music. All right, so let's talk about the steady beat movement cards first, and specifically how I use those. These ones, like I said, I like to use a lot at the beginning of the school year with my grade 1s and 2s, and throughout the school year with my kindergarten students. So there are 3 different sizes of movement cards in the product that is on my Teacher Pay Teacher store. So there's whole page, half page, and quarter page. And I have the 3 different sizes because I use them each in 3 different ways. So the whole page ones, I use most often as what I show to the whole class. So as, say I have an instrumental pop song going, I'll show this one and the kids will tap their knees for as long as they see this card. And then I'll flip the card, usually after 4 or 8 beats, depending on the speed of the song, and they'll do the next movement. So these are the ones that we use most often as whole class. These ones, the half page ones, I do a couple different ways. I either put them in my music centers and students just go into the hallway and listen to music and practice keeping the beat in different ways. Or I use these currently in my classroom as a bulletin board. I use them as a bulletin board because then students have access to them when we are doing songs that they create movements to, like You Walking, You Walking, You Walking, Stop, or Hop Old Squirrel. And I need the students to come up with different music, and I need the students to come up with different movements. I like having answers for the students around the room, especially at the beginning of the room, especially at the beginning of the year. So I use these cards as a bulletin board because I can have lots of them up compared to the size of these ones. And the last are the quarter page ones. These ones I use for body percussion composition, essentially. So how I use these in my classroom is I give the students likely between 8 to 12 cards, and they put them all in an order and practice the compositions for the body percussion. So say they had tap your head, clap, and snap, and that's just 3. So they would lie them all out in the order that they would do them, and then they would practice each for a certain amount of beats at a steady beat. So say they did 4 beats at each. So they go tap, 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 snap, 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 clap, 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 clap. So it's a way to do body percussion early on and composition with my grade 1s and 2s, so that because they are already familiar with the different actions, they just get to arrange it and then perform it for the class however they want. It also makes for a really, really good steady beat assessment because I'm able to see in small groups who's able to keep the steady beat with different types of music. So those are the 3 ways that I use the steady beat movement cards in my music room. Now, for these type of movement cards, they are all seasonal. Currently in my store, I have winter, Christmas, spring, and likely by the time this video goes out, there will be fall ones in there as well. And how I use these is I introduce them in the same way as I put on music and I show them to the kids. Often the first time I do them, I won't do the music because my younger students may not all be able to read them and the pictures aren't as clear as for what you should do. So I would say bend like a rainbow, and they'd all bend like a rainbow. And then another one is fall like raindrops. They'd all fall like raindrops. So we do that, and then I'll pick a few and put them with the song, and then they'll just do the movements until I switch them out. Then what we do after that with these ones is we essentially play a game like charades. So I'll put 6 or 8 cards on my bulletin board, or on my whiteboard, and I'll call students up to come and perform one of the options on the board. So they'll come up and they'll show us the movement, and then we have to try to guess what they do. I really, really, really like doing that, even though it's charades and it's a little cheesy. The kids really like it, but I like doing it because it A, gets the kids performing by themselves, and B, I'm able to see if they can take an idea and generate another idea from it, which is a part of my curriculum with the whole creating piece. So can you look at Bend Like a Rainbow and come up with your own way to bend like a rainbow? Can you look at Blow the Dandelion and come up with your own way to blow the dandelion? Maybe you're blowing 1, maybe you're blowing 10s, maybe you blow the dandelion and then you make the fluff go around. It gives me really, really, really good evidence for that creating area of my curriculum, which I sometimes struggle with finding evidence for. So that is why I really like these ones. So currently of these, and they're all bundled together, I have winter, Christmas, and spring. Hopefully by the time you see this video, the fall ones will be out as well. Now, just a little wrap up about these is that my kids really do like doing these, especially my younger students. I haven't ever done it for sure. I have never done it with grade 5. And I think I haven't done the steady movement cards with my 3s and 4s, but I likely could this year just knowing the kids I have. But I have done these ones with my 3s and 4s. They are a great activity for center, especially these ones after you teach the students how to play the charade game. You can give them the half page or the quarter page cards and have them do the charade game by themselves in a center. I don't find that these ones work as well with the composition idea, just because it's harder to keep a steady beat showing a rainbow for 4 beats. So, but the charade game works really well with these ones, both full class and centers. I've had classes request that as their activity when they earn their free game time. So it is something that they really enjoy, especially those younger students. So, like I said, you don't need to go by mine in my teacher pay teacher swear. I will not be offended. You could write on a sheet of paper, bend like a rainbow, and you would be good to go. But if you want something that's pre-made, print and go, and a great engagement activity for your students, check the link below for all of mine in my teacher pay teacher store. And that is all I have for you today. So if you find this video useful, make sure you like, subscribe, and share so other people can find it. And until next time, make it a good one, and I'll see you later. Bye.